I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders. Through dreams we design, with vision we build.
Welcome to MuscleSport Media Live right here on WGBB Radio, 95.9 FM, 1240 AM. And, of course, thank you once again to our title sponsor, Noah Construction-Builders.com. No job too big nor small for Pete and the boys over at Noah. Give them a check if you have anything you need done, commercial, residential, all good construction stuff. Hi, Anthony. Anthony's here. Me, Anthony, and Trevor. We're all here at the studio, live in Merrick, and it's Super Bowl Monday, right? They want to make this a holiday. I always thought that was silly, but yesterday, of course, was the Super Bowl Sunday. Not the best Super Bowl of all time.
Boring.
One of the worst, maybe. You can make an argument. Not a good game at all. Not much fun to watch.
Boring.
Yeah. The fourth quarter was a little more excitement.
Boring.
Yeah, heading into the fourth quarter, I was happy because my prediction was tease Seattle 6.5, get the plus odds, no vig.
Good for you.
And because I've had a rough playoff with some predictions.
Yeah.
So I kind of made up pretty good with this one. But I was Sam Darnold Redemption Day.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm happy for him.
Me too. And let me tell you something.
He's a nice
clearly,
kid.
I'm not a Jet fan. I'm a Dolphin fan, and. If you are, let me put this out here. If you are a Jet fan and you are not happy for Sam Darnold, stop watching football. Stop watching football, because let me tell you, that's a rocky story. It's a redemption story.
Yeah.
He got let go from the Vikings last year after they went 14-3, and they let him go. So think about that. And he did the same thing this year, and then he won the freaking Super Bowl. Good for him, man. And he looks like just a great dude, great family. He just persevered, and
he's a humble, quiet guy. Even in the interview, he gave credit to the defense, which is their defense was ridiculous. And another ex-Jet, Leonard Williams, had a nice game on defensive line. Who's a really I was covering the team when he was, I think, his first and second year there, and he was really cool. He was good. He was a good guy. He always gave quotes to us. He was very friendly.
Defense was impeccable.
Defense was fantastic. Drake May, it looked, frazzled, but
he looked like a second-year quarterback. Then the Super Bowl, that he was frazzled. He was
a lot of turnovers.
He made mistake after mistake. There was a lot of open guys.
He missed some open guys.
He missed some big chances, but listen, give that kid credit too, man. You know what I mean?
He had a fantastic year, and
absolutely.
And you know what? The Mike Vrabel turned that team around 4-12 to 12-4, and they make the Super Bowl.
Did you know he was the second youngest quarterback to start a Super Bowl? You know who the first was?
Give me a second. Let me think about it.
All right, a little trivia for Joey.
Dan Marino?
That's right.
I was going to say him or Woodley, because David Woodley started for them when they lost to the Washington Redskins when Riggins had that big run down the sideline.
Right.
David Woodley was the year before, a couple of years before they drafted.
That's right.
A year or two before they drafted.
The man.
Yeah, that was his rookie season, right?
Rookie season, never went back. Back to the Super Bowl.
I know. Everybody said, "Wow, this is going to be just the tip of the iceberg for."
Yeah, listen, he still he broke every record known to man.
One of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game.
My guy.
Yeah,
that's my guy. But it's crazy.
Yeah, and you know why he fell in the draft?
Oh, I watched the whole 30 for 30.
The whole thing? I don't know if it's true or not.
Did you watch the whole 30 for 30?
I did not, no.
What an amazing
that show was great.
Documentary. Yeah. It's called 30 for 30, the 1983
quarterback class.
NFL draft, Elway to Marino. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating on all ends. They actually.
It was a crazy.
I don't
16,
remember it.
so
I was 4. So
I remember it very clearly with the Jets with Kenny O'Brien.
If you didn't watch this thing, let me tell you, it was
I
fascinating.
gotta check it out.
They even went back to the same hotel. I think it was the Sheraton in Manhattan, and they actually did the whole. They actually built the whole set exactly like how it was.
It was so different back then.
Yeah,
it was like a high school project.
Crazy. They did the exact
cardboard signs,
What a
magic marker written things, Jets, Colts.
The Marino thing was absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
And then the Elway thing was even crazy. And
it
was even, they did what Jim Kelly did and where he wound up.
USFL used to gamblers, but the Bills still drafted him,
right.
looking ahead, thinking if the league falls,
Kenny O'Brien,
O'Brien.
There was what an incredible 30 for 30.
O'Brien he's very underrated. He did very well.
Yeah, they compared to Marino, he did nothing.
Well,
but as far they had our number. They had our number back then, man.
But people get they scoff at Kenny O'Brien.
Yeah.
But if you look at the games and look at his numbers, he ran a great offense. He had big numbers
because he was a D2 guy.
Yes, and he had the 62 sacks against them because he wasn't his game. He wasn't a scrambler.
No,
he was a drop back.
Kenny O'Brien, he was a good quarterback.
He was good. But look at all the quarterbacks that got picked. Tony Eason.
Exactly.
Right, but
so Tony Eason was that was another big one. Tony Eason that they talked about.
Who the Jets ended up getting later in his career.
Yeah, but they thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
The only problem
they made the Super Bowl, but Steve Grogan took over for him. He was getting beat up so bad.
Well, the only problem
the
was they always said Tony Eason just couldn't take the hits. He just couldn't take the hits.
85 Bears.
He
they were
couldn't
just
take the hits. They were really mangled.
Todd Blackledge, because I'm a Penn State fan, so the Chiefs picked Todd Blackledge. The only team that didn't have an opportunity to pass on Dan Marino was the Redskins because they won the Super Bowl the year before, and the
with
Dolphins.
Doug Williams. Was that with Doug Williams that year? Did they win with Doug Williams?
No, Doug Williams was like 86.
Oh, that's right.
That was with Theismann. Yes,
that's right.
It was before Theismann's leg got snapped.
That was Theismann, right?
I was thinking it was Jay Schrader. No, it was Joe Theismann.
Yeah.
John Riggins was
Len Dawson was the late 70s for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Len Dawson was the late 70s.
Yeah. Great quarterback, great announcer too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you saw the rumors why Dan Marino got passed on.
He was they said he was a drug. He was cocaine. He did party animal. And let me tell you something.
I saw none of that. But in the pros,
darn well, Dan Marino. He knew he had a good time. He was one of the guys.
That's fine. Yeah, but
no, that was a rumor.
But it did not hurt his when he got into the pros. He never had a problem.
They didn't like about him. It was besides that they thought he had knee problems.
The knee also was
but there was something they didn't like about it. He was, Danny was the guy, man. There'll never be another quarterback like Dan Marino.
But that's everybody's like, why didn't the Jets pick Marino? The Jets weren't the only team. There was some.
The Jets could have had Marino.
Of course they could have.
The Jets could have had Marino.
And he would have probably got hurt early and never been good.
Never been Dan Marino.
He would have been. Who's that guy?
What a curse!
I tell you though, there's a place that we can look back and look ahead that does some great things. You don't need number one draft picks when you have prices like Benedetto's Pizza and Pasta. 504 Union Boulevard, West Islip, 631-587-7000. $11 is a favorite number of Brian and the boys over at Benedetto's. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, large pie, $11. You can also get late night specials right now, 7 p.m. to closing, $11. Back the Blue, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the police, $11 a pie, $16 Sicilian pie, and they have some great catering things too. So check out their catering. 3 Heroes for $50 with a soda and garlic knots. I mean, just loads and loads of stuff. So check out Benedetto's PizzaPastaNY.com, Anthony.
Yeah.
Maybe Kenny O'Brien would have done, less sacks if he had something to eat there like that. I say this
again. I mean, look, I'm a Met fan, so are you. We've been Knicks fans forever. We thought they were. Thank God they're doing what we're doing. We gotta. The Knicks. We have to embrace the time we're living in with the Knicks right now because they're incredibly competitive. However, the Jets are cursed. I am sorry.
They make their own curse.
They are cursed. They kill quarterbacks. They have had more top-rated draft picked at the quarterback positions than any team I've ever seen that have destroyed.
They don't stick with the guy.
They destroyed every quarterback that organization.
Quarterback killing organization.
It's unbelievable.
I did
And
a
coach.
show. Oh yeah, I did. It was one night you weren't here. It was a while ago, probably like a year and a half ago. And I sat and at home I did my prep and I wrote down all the quarterbacks the Jets have gone through since Joe Namath went to the Rams in 1976, and it is just who's who. And some of them are who, you know.
I would probably say that. Let me say the best of the worst. I would have to say would be Kenny O'Brien and Mark Sanchez, right? Like
Mark Sanchez was fine if they left him.
They were
alone.
the best of the worst. You know what's crazy about Mark Sanchez? Really, what screwed him up was that butt fumble thing.
But the problem was the butt fumble already happened after the Tebow acquisition.
No, you're right. No, that's
Tebow was
you said it. Correct. I forgot.
Tebow, that was where Sanchez, and he was not a very overconfident guy.
What a mistake.
And that Rex Ryan, that was forced on him by ownership. He did not want to have anything to do with that deal.
Yeah.
But also Chad Pennington, you forget. Chad Pennington was a really good quarterback for a number of years.
We had him. We made the playoffs.
But what did the Jets have to do?
Yep.
Bring in Brett Favre, because the Giants won the Super Bowl the year before, and they let Pennington walk and go to the Dolphins, he beat the Jets at Giant Stadium last game of the year to win the division and go to the playoffs.
That's right. That was one of my favorite Dolphin years.
That was
because we not only did that, the Dolphin years. That's when we invented the Wildcat. And then every team started to. Remember with Ronnie Brown.
Oh yeah,
we invented the Wildcat, and then every team started.
The Wildcat.
That was
it was like a college.
Pennington couldn't throw the ball 10 yards.
His shoulder was gone.
So they had to do it.
Yeah, because it brings back like kind of college type of option kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was no way. There was high school option. It was a Wildcat.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah.
But the Jets' problem is they don't stick with the quarterback and let him take his lumps and grow with the team.
Yeah.
A guy like Mark Sanchez was doing fine. He made a championship game 2 years in a row. I don't want to hear this in spite of him. You don't win in the NFL
if you don't have a good you don't have a
he
good.
He was good enough to
get
to where they got to.
No
yes.
doubt. No doubt.
The next year, he's banged up. They just missed the playoffs, finishing 8-8. So it's not like they were a disaster. He was out, and they missed the playoffs. That was the reason. That's when they bring in Tim Tebow, and then shortly thereafter, they draft Geno. Then you see all of this, what you see now with the Donald and what's his?
Even Geno Smith. Look at Geno Smith.
Geno had a decent career.
No doubt.
They shouldn't have drafted him, but if you did and you commit to a guy, stick with him. The Donald Zach Wilson thing is the biggest. Are you kidding me? And then Christian Hackenberg, a third-round pick on him.
They're a
never took a snap
of an organization. Anyway,
they're going to force a quarterback at that number 2 spot. You watch.
We'll see.
We'll see. But
they're a disgrace. But anyway, the Super Bowl.
Donald played well. He
Yes.
threw a lot of wounded ducks there that could have been picks.
No doubt. That guy, not Hernandez, Gonzalez.
Oh, he had a
great game.
The cornerbacks here.
What?
And he shows you, don't always go for the pick. Just get in the way of the pass.
Absolutely.
You don't get the penalties.
There was a good 3 incredible.
He looked like they were threading the needle, and all of a sudden there's that hand slapping it away. Great play.
He caught up. That's how you teach a cornerback. That is an exceptional cornerback.
You let the guy think he's open.
No doubt.
Quarterback and the receiver go, we got this one. And all of a sudden, bang,
if we're going to talk about cornerbacks, that's what Darrelle Revis used to. He didn't do that. He would lock people down that they wouldn't even throw to them.
Revis.
They would not even. They wouldn't even throw to them.
But that guy was letting them give him that extra couple of steps, and he could make up that ground because he's got natural speed. So even though it wasn't a good game, there were parts of that game that you saw some really good playing. Obviously, the defensive line for the Seahawks, the secondary for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Donald just doing enough They had a good running. I kind of was questioning the play calling in the second half because they what's his name had 88 yards in the first half, the running back, and Charbonneau was out, so they had to go with the main guy and just keep giving him the ball. But he had a great half, and then they got away from him and they started drives were stalling.
Mm-hmm.
They went back to him, and then he had that touchdown. I got called back. Well, legit holding call.
100%.
Yeah. But he started making things happen again, and he was kind of like they really didn't have an MVP yesterday, so he got it because he had over 100 yards.
The first half they were kicking field goals. They were driving, they were kicking field goals.
But if New England was, even though they showed nothing,
that was the secondary.
Yeah,
the secondary was stopped.
Well, they were able to, the bend don't break, so they were holding them. And thankfully, they didn't do this ridiculous go on fourth down every time.
Yep.
Put the points on the board.
Yep. A boring game, though. What a boring game.
It was. But I did enjoy, like you said, if you're a football fan, you enjoy Gonzalez's tips. You enjoy the pressure that was put on, how they were able to, they would just, prove it, we're coming.
Yeah.
You can keep guys back. We're going to still get through. So I did enjoy some of the special teams. The punting on the Seahawks was phenomenal. The coverage on that, the down those balls where they did. So, again, if you want to see a game that's bad and pick out good things, yesterday was a good example of that.
Call.
Where the average fan, average viewer will be like, "Oh, this is boring. I want to see a shootout."
It was boring for the non-average viewer.
No, it was because there was a lot of 3 and outs, and Darnold and May alike were overthrowing open receivers on third.
May specifically,
3rd and 7. He had a guy 8 yards, and
even when they
hit him in the numbers.
They were in there. They were caught up in their opposite end zone. He could have got it. He had a couple of open receivers there. He just overthrew.
It was a game of field position at some point, but the Pats they had a late touchdown.
Their offense was just anemic. Their offense was just anemic.
They had a little. Diggs wasn't bad. They had some success with the run.
Diggs wasn't bad, but he couldn't even hit Diggs if he wanted to. Drake May just you give him credit though.
Yeah, and
he looked like he was. He looked
like a young.
He was in the Super Bowl, and he was like, "I'm in the Super Bowl."
Wide-eyed.
Crap, you know what I mean? Like, whoa.
There's always a team that and you don't know if look at the Bengals.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, that was their shot. Since then, they haven't been able to keep him healthy or get back to that spot. So they lost to the Rams a few years ago, and you're thinking that's a team that should win something with a guy like Joey Burrow as the quarterback.
I think the Patriots are going to be content. They're going to be in it for a while. I think.
I mean, most of their players they have that are good are young, especially the quarterback. The coach is his first year there. He could be there as long as Bill Belichick was if he keeps winning. I mean, Kraft is not a guy that just
the Bill Belichick snub for the Hall of Fame. I can't believe he didn't get in.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Yeah.
Something.
Is he just
Kraft?
Well, he's not very well liked. He's a grouchy dude. Even when he was winning Super Bowls, he wasn't well liked.
Did you see the trolling at his quote-unquote girlfriend? I think she's got him hypnotized on some voodoo spell.
Didn't she wear something with
the T-shirt
with the massage parlor thing for Kraft?
What is this? I mean, there's no doubt she has him under hypnosis or something.
He looks like a real.
He looks like a
strong.
That's.
Listen. I could see an old rich guy with a young girl, but. She wears the pants in the family.
She's got him by the colognes.
Yeah, that ain't no on piece And
you know what? It's pathetic looking.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's Bill Belichick.
He looks like an idiot.
The most incredibly successful.
This is
coach of all time. And he's following around this 23-year-old like. He's an old ragged dog.
She's leaving him around. It is embarrassing. But he should have made obviously should have made the Hall of Fame.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Come on, this guy's got how many freaking...
He's a first, there's no question.
I agree. But Anthony, hold that thought right there. We're going to hear from our buddies over at Bolus right now.
scholarly references, my own practical experience coaching and consulting guys who use growth, and having actually used every pharma product, bioidenticals, and a bunch of generics from gold tops. I'm confident that this
you're good.
spanning themes ranging from its basic effects to practical use to hard theory for the nerds. I know that Bolus is a one-of-a-kind book on RHGH for bodybuilders. People serious about fitness can read this. Anti-aging practitioners, doctors, and chemists will pour over this for years to come. Really, it's the only GH book that you'll ever need. And most people do need it because, from what I can tell, there's not a lot of good info out there right now. Not like this. This is just a different animal. So I invite you to purchase this high-quality print textbook first for your consumption and then for your library to have as a guiding light to forge forward in your bodybuilding and fitness journey. Bolus can be purchased now on Amazon.com and Amplitude.com.
And Amplitude is spelled AMPLOULETUDE.com. I will have to agree with Cormac, who's the author of the book. He sent me the book. It's got a lot of charts and all of it. And he did some like real scientific research into GH, which that's something that's beyond the realm of my capabilities. I wouldn't be able to do that. So check it out. You can get it on Amazon. That's the easiest place to go. I mean, Bill Belichick definitely was a snub, and there definitely was a message being sent for some reason or the other. I don't think he should have came back as a coach in the college game.
He did
not have I know he didn't have a good year with the North Carolina.
She's got him by the.
He looks like a clown.
He really does. He really does. This is actually tainting his legacy.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah.
His legacy.
It is.
And I heard his family's like they can't get her away from him. It's like she does have this guy under like some sort of hypnosis. I heard his family's all distraught that they can't get him away from him.
Well, he isn't exactly Frank Sinatra here.
No.
She is an attractive, very young.
Yeah, but who cares?
lady.
He's Bill Belichick.
He can get other women that are, even if they're not closer to his age, that don't act like 16-year-olds. She acts like a 16-year-old. It's embarrassing.
She's on the sideline.
Okay,
It's embarrassing.
You can't have that.
It's embarrassing.
No, go up in the box like the Taylor Swift thing.
Disappear.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but he'll probably. I think it's a penance a little bit.
Yeah.
But also a lot of people saying, Spygate and stuff like that, Deflategate and Spygate.
That's all. Yeah, okay. So they're gonna penalize him, but not Tom Brady. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
come on. Tom Brady's he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Of course.
Come on, he's the best quarterback to ever. Come on.
He definitely is the best. He overshot Joe Montana with that last ring with the Buccaneers. Before that I had Montana out of him. Yeah. But winning with another team puts that's a big different thing.
It's Tom Brady. Come on.
Tom Brady, 6th-round pick. Drew Henson's backup at Michigan.
He ran
baseball
like
player.
A 6'5" 40.
Even with those legs, Jesus Christ, he's like a giraffe.
But anyway, so the Super Bowl was boring.
It was, but did you enjoy it though? You watched it because we watched it.
I didn't enjoy it.
Did you have some little?
We talked about this in the break room, but I liked the Bad Bunny. I liked the halftime show. I thought it was done great. Do I understand Spanish? No, but do I like reggaeton music? Yes. I was in the club industry, and I like the music, and I thought he did it. He did it classy. I don't think he made a statement or anything like that, like people said. And I thought it was good. I thought it was, he tried to unite America, and I really thought. I have to say, I thought it was done good in my opinion. Listen, everyone can have their own opinion. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna think, he's Spanish. How many words do you know in English when people are singing? Not many. You know what I mean? So it's the truth. You don't know. You tell me you know every word to every song of
unless you know the song.
Unless you know. No. So it's the same.
And you sing it in your car, all the wrong lyrics.
Yeah. You think you know, but you don't. But to me, the best way to say this, I think, music's not. You don't listen to it; you feel music. So I thought, listen, the guy's a superstar. I thought it was good.
My complaint is the Super Bowl halftime show it should reach more demographics than just one or two.
Yeah.
And again, like we were talking in the break room, I've been to a few Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I don't like Bruce Springsteen at all.
Right.
I never liked his music,
Right.
going back to the 80s. So
Right.
it's not like there's nothing to do with politics.
me either.
This is strictly music.
Yeah.
And at I think it was the Tampa Bay Super Bowl when the Cards played Steelers, which is the best Super Bowl I ever saw.
Yeah. With Kurt Warner. What a
With Warner
Super
and
Bowl.
Fitzgerald and
Oh, yeah.
Santonio and
Oh, yeah.
Big Ben. That was the best game. I believe it was that Super Bowl. Well, that might have been a Tom Petty one. Whatever the case may be.
Which is another good halftime performance.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen did the halftime thing, sang the usual suspect songs that everybody knows on the radio, and was an entertaining show.
Yeah.
And it didn't hurt that Silvio Dante was next to him playing the guitar. So I don't like Bruce, but I like the show.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I knew the songs; they were American songs. I don't understand this
So let
guy,
me
and I
stop
don't
you.
like that style of music. I think it should
I like it.
transcend more.
Well, Joey, you liked
Demographics.
freestyle music. That was basically.
I love
That was
freestyle.
basically Latin music.
Yeah,
But
no,
they did sing
most of
English,
it was, yes.
right. So
Some of it was in Spanish.
Right.
Esta loca.
and you love that
Ah,
stuff. So I'll give you for instance. So 135 million people watched that halftime show. 135 million.
more than the game.
You know,
right?
how many watched the stupid Turning Point,
Which was
USA?
awful too.
5 million. So if that doesn't tell you something, you know.
I watched the beginning of the Turning Point, and
Sorry,
then
that was
it
pathetic.
was so
It was a
bad
disgrace.
that we turned it and said, "Well, what the heck? Let's throw on."
Disgrace.
We actually put The Simpsons on for a few minutes just to kill time. Then we put on the Channel 4 again and saw the end of it. And like I said, I think both halftimes
Taking
shows were
politics
horrible.
out of everything, because you know we don't talk
I don't.
politics.
Oh, I hate
Forget
politics.
about it. But like that was a disgrace. But anyway,
It was boring. It stunk
Well,
too.
if-
It was garbage.
see the Bad Bunny. I love reggaeton music because I used to love reggae music in the '90s. Remember, I was a club guy. I was a bar guy. I bartended. I bounced. So
That
that
was out
music
there.
was really popular. So I like it. I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it. I tell you though, I may not understand Spanish, but I know that the word empanada
Oh.
makes me hungry because Angie and Mo.
You are.
Angie's empanadas 3 times. Let me correct. I gotta correct the card. It's a 3-time. They just won the best leaf for the 3rd time. Best empanadas on Long Island. A food truck, loyal following all across the island. Go to events at farmers markets. They had something going on with the Super Bowl. They were outside someplace, so it's cold, but they come out there and they crank up that food. Don't you worry. High quality, local sourced ingredients. Must try favorite. Go to Angie'sEmpanadas.com or Angie's Empanadas of LILLC on Instagram, and find out where they're going to be next. And tell them Joey and Anthony sent you, and say, let me get a schwigadal. I mean, let me get an empanada. No, I'm just joking. No, they got great food for them.
I was just watching that clip with Christopher and Vito at the bakery. You know that was a play on Goodfellas, right?
Of course, yeah.
So when
Yeah.
Christopher goes, put 2 cannolis, 2 blah, and then 2 sfogliatelles and make it quick. And then he shoots the guy in the foot anyway.
You shot me in the foot. It happens.
It
What about my
happens.
bread? Do you know that there was a guy at the beginning of that scene? What can I get for you, big guy?
That was Vito.
No, before Vito.
Oh.
At the beginning of the scene, before it gets like he's waiting around,
Yeah.
that guy lived on my old block.
I'll get out of here.
He was in Mickey Blue Eyes, Sopranos.
Oh, wow.
He was in a ton, small parts,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
had some speaking parts.
Yeah.
Summer of Sam, which was a
Oh,
phenomenal.
I never. That was a Spike Lee movie. Right?
Yes.
I never saw that.
Awesome.
Really?
George Acevedo is his name. Italian guy on my block. Died only about 2 years ago. And I'm still friends with his daughter. She just moved to Florida, the same house that George lived in. She was taking care of him after his mom,
Right.
her mom passed. So yeah, George was in that scene, which was a very famous scene because it was Gino turning into Vito and the shot in the foot. So I always, every time I see that scene, I laugh, and it's like, oh my God, I knew the guy my whole life.
great.
He retired from the sanitation department, was bored, so he sent in, somebody says, you got a good look.
Yeah.
Send it in, for these
Yeah.
mob movies.
Yeah, yeah.
And he started getting little
roles.
parts, and then
Yeah.
it just grew, and he
Yeah, yeah.
did it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole block was so proud of him. I mean, it was like a He wasn't returning here. He never left, but it was just
That's great.
George Acevedo was
awesome.
the name. Yeah, and his daughter's name is Lucille, and she's good people. I know she's a little older than me. I know her my whole life though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great great
awesome.
scene. Yeah. What about my bread? They pop it fresh. You're gonna wish you took that job at McDonald's.
But you know the great part is it really nailed how insecure Christopher was. That part.
Cowboyitis.
Yeah,
What's
like,
the whole thing?
he was-
Shot some kid over buns.
Yeah.
Tony's beating
it's
him.
just and let me tell you something. I can relate to that stuff.
You shot a kid in the foot
No,
over buns.
I'm saying the insecurity, like when you think you're being made a fool out of it. And truth be told, he had no respect for him.
No.
So that
Well, you can't say the curse, but he said straight to his face after you.
I fume for that.
Yeah. Christopher, he was, Chris, he was trying to get himself out there a little bit, and Tony was not too happy with it. But, Anthony, speaking of out there, we're out of time.
Right.
This is going to do it for us. So we hope you guys enjoyed the show. We bounced around a little bit. Figure we talked Super Bowl, and we threw some, added some spice into that as well, because the game didn't really deserve a half hour to wrap up. But that's going to do it for us. Make sure you check us out at MuscleSportMag.com, and we'll see you on Monday night. Take care, folks.
Noah, I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders. Through dreams we design, with vision we build.